what about just like overall? What was your just like the location scout? What was your expectations, and then what was it compared to like what actually happened?
I would say it was, I don't want to say easy, but it was like easier than what I thought it would be. But this is like coming off of shooting like Highlands, like a short that we had filmed the year prior. I thought it was gonna take more, like of the driving and going places and messing up lines and getting frustrated. But there wasn't much of that, at least on my end. I mean, you were directing pretty much all of it, so maybe you had a different take on it. Yeah, it was like not as bad. I feel like Highlands was a learning process for it. I also think we got the harder shots that first day, so it made the rest of the days more like chill. Like to me, it almost felt like we were just going to places, chilling like with friends, and then we were just taking like 30 minutes to like shoot something. We shot it, and then we'll go somewhere else and do the same thing. So that made it like it wasn't just like shooting, it was more like it was also like spending time with just chilling, having a good time, and yeah, just being creative, No.
It feeling like easier is due in definitely a large part to stuff like the location scouting
Yeah.
and Nick knowing the area and stuff like
Right.
that. That definitely helped a lot. And just like we really made sure to plan out as much as we could ahead of time.
Mhm.
And so it definitely felt a lot smoother. And like you said, with Highlands, we just learned so much about how we shoot things and like how to break things up, how not to do something. And that's not just in terms of getting a shot, but in terms of, okay, allotting this amount of time for a certain location,
Mhm.
stuff like that.
Right.
And it just went a lot smoother overall for sure. Like Kev was saying, I think it did feel like a lot of fun, just like a fun weekend of people hanging out, friends hanging out. And Solomon and Alberto, they had never met before, and neither of them had met Nick before. And
I had never met Solomon.
Kev had never met Solomon.
Yeah.
Even though a lot of people didn't know each other going into it, we all were like friends like almost
Yeah. Right
instantly.
away. Yeah.
And
Both.
yeah, everyone just got along super well. And Nick, Solomon, and Alberto all were really good in terms of like when the time was to focus, they focus. You know,
Right.
like we would joke around a lot on set. And whenever something needed to happen, I didn't even have to like, you know,
Stress it. Yeah.
yeah, I didn't have to like force it.
Mhm.
I was just like, okay, we're doing this scene now. Here's what it's about. They asked any questions if they had any, and we just kind of shot it, and
Yeah.
it wasn't too stressful.
Should
I
probably also mention none of them had like acted before.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
Nick, Solomon, Bert, none of them had acted before, and I told them ahead of time, like, I know you. You're a real person. You're authentic. I think you'll be fine. Just act like how you normally act, and everyone does that in their own ways. But I think they were all good, and I think they all gave their effort, and I think it hopefully shows in the film. And oh, and we should probably mention that Alberto is your cousin, in case people don't know. I mean, how was it for you seeing Bert like acting and stuff when you've known him like your whole life?
Dude, it was weird just because if you know him, you know that he's like the least serious person. Like he's like super chill, but I've he never takes anything serious. So it was on a thing where like I was almost nervous, like yo, hopefully he takes this seriously, and if we gotta work, he works. But yeah, like you said, like I was surprised he handled it. He brought some emotion to it. I was like, oh, maybe he should try this out. But I think even he was surprised with it. He mentioned like, "Yo, am I doing fine?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yo, I didn't know I was gonna do this, but thanks to him though for giving it a shot and helping us out. Really, like in our heads, he was a fit, but we didn't know if it was gonna work out, and it ended up
Yeah.
working pretty well. Yeah,
these types of locations in the woods, these cabins and stuff, are also close to my personal, I guess, enjoyment, or like, for lack of a better word, aesthetic, like things I like, and just like kind of like lifestyle things I like in terms of like being in nature, being in those types of cabins and stuff. Yeah, it was a fun shoot, and the fact that we managed to finish it on time in 3 days was also an accomplishment. Like, even with Highlands, we had to do that an extra weekend and stuff, and it felt good this time.